morning. Crystal here from BookUp Publishing. Thank you for joining me. I am in office today after having a fantastic time at the BookUp conference yesterday. Now, the BookUp conference is held in Melbourne. I was fortunate enough to attend virtually, which is really cool. But it's hosted by the Australian publishing industry, and it is a wonderful resource for publishers like me who don't always get to be privy to conferences and meetings in person. So it was a wonderful collaboration, and I just wanted to jump online today to share some of the really cool outcomes and findings that came up yesterday in the conference. I'm going to elaborate on this a little bit later because I've got so much information. I took heaps of notes, and I just think it's so valuable for writers to understand what's going on in the industry at the moment. But a couple of really things that really excited me, I wanted to share straight away with you. So the first thing is this movement around, I'm just going to move my notes so I'm not looking down, is this extreme influx of fans to this new genre in the industry that's been titled romantasy. Is that right? Romantasy. So it's the cross between romance and fantasy or supernatural, and it's just taken off. And the most exciting part about it is us publishers got a little bit of an insight into the trends in America, which, love it or hate it, Australian publishing industry is following those trends. And one of the big things that came out of it is what agents and publishers are doing to promote this new genre, and how they're stepping outside the box and trying all these amazing new things that are getting more audiences to book launches. And I love it. The most exciting thing that I saw was this creation of what's called fandom. So extreme fan presence for books at their launches. And one really successful book that was published, an Australian author that was published with an American company last year, they took on the role and the, experiment of doing midnight launches, which to me just sounds like a disaster because trying to stay up to midnight is impossible for me because I'm an early riser. However, at these midnight launches for this romantasy genre series of books by this Australian author, they had over 500 people lining up waiting for the midnight launch of this book. They had, so for the hour before, they invited everyone there from 11 p.m. And they filmed fan content, which was what we call the fandom. And so what that did is it allowed people who'd already read the book or who'd received a preview of the book through Amazon or however that happens, they were able to record either their review of the book or their excitement around the launch of this book, the knowledge of the author if they were just fans of the author and were simply following the launch because they wanted to see what the author was doing next. Look, it just excited me so much. And it was so exciting to hear about all these new and inventive ways that publishing agents are, participating in to try and get people excited about books and getting back into launching books as a huge event. We've got an event this Sunday for The Teacher Who Lost Her Smile. We are doing our very first book launch at a brewery, and I'm really excited. We've had now, the RSVPs are coming in thick and fast this week. I have to say, it's that 11th hour business. So everyone wanted to make sure they get a spot. We've had over 120 people RSVP. I hope McAllister's is ready for us. We will be there Sunday afternoon to launch this fabulous book by a wonderful local talent. And I'm really excited. I'm just going to leave one little statistic with you. You know how I love statistics. But we talked a lot about yesterday about it being, at the moment, we are in the age of distraction. So children coming through the education system now are just highly distracted all the time. So they have a shorter attention span, but also they have all of these outside components that are distracting them from education, reading, all those, the integral parts of growing up. So I just wanted to share with you that only around 40% of Australians, and this changes all the time, this is an annual survey that's done, only around 40% of Australians consider themselves avid readers. So that's someone who reads more than 3 times a week. And what was alarming to me was that 23% of Australians have not read one single book in the last 12 months. So in the publishing industry, we really need to consider those numbers. We might be appealing to the masses, but the reality is only about 40% of people in Australia are reading, which is really sad, and that is declining with the new generations coming through. Like I said, that changes, and the surveys are done annually, so that's just what's come through. But look, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of insight. I'd love to hear your ideas on some new and inventive ways to launch a book. I don't know if I'd ever pull off a midnight launch up here in far north Queensland. I don't know if anyone would come, but it sounds fabulous. And I must mention that was done in New York City. So, of course, millions and millions and millions of people equals finding numbers on to an event regardless. So give me your ideas. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. I hope the rest of your week is fabulous. I am all dressed in black. I never dress in black, but I love this top. It's just gorgeous. Look at this. It's absolutely fabulous, this top. I've been feeling really just a little bit flat this week, so I guess my outfit choice reflects that. I'm off to Melbourne next week. I'm really excited. I feel like a tsunami. All my energy's being drained out to sea, and it's going to flood back in next week when I'm in Melbourne, and networking and connecting with my peers and other fabulous women in business who happen to be mothers as well. And so looking forward to it. Lots of light and love to you all, and stay in touch. I am probably going to bombard you next week with ridiculous amounts of photographs from conference and award ceremonies and that sort of thing. Wish me luck. Thank you for your support, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.